Like customs agents are like, I feel like they're trained to register when somebody has like nervous habits, right? I'm trying to answer questions, guys, and when I'm really nervous, I can't speak. Like I can't get the words out that I'm trying to say. So he's going, so what'd you do? And I'm going, sightseeing. I went to restaurants. He's like, what? I'm like, sightseeing. I went to restaurants. He's like, how much did you spend? 200. Sorry? 200. I'm trembling. They're going, give me the paper. I'm giving him the COVID paper. Chemical X.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Chemical X podcast.
What's up, guys? We're back. I know that you don't know, but we've been gone.
We've been gone. My name is Alessia, also known as fucking Deandra.
Oh, you're fucking Deandra?
I'm fucking.
Who's Deandra? It's the first time I hear that you're fucking her. Or him.
Oh, I've been fucking her.
What's up, guys? I'm Veronica, as you know, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, yada yada yada. You know what I mean. So we've been gone, and like what's funny is when we like pre-record episodes, like people are like, aren't you in LA? Like, how are you posting this? Work smart, not hard.
I think we do both.
Yeah, I think we do. I don't know how much working smart we do, actually.
Guys, I literally just got off a flight and came straight to Veronica's, and she was a doll. She picked me up at the airport. I feel like best friend duty. If you don't do it, are you really a good friend?
I feel like I reserve airport pickup for like the outskirt friends. You know what I mean? Like, don't come in. The only reason I went to pick her up is because we had a podcast to shoot. I said, you know what? It's better if I have her in my car. It's better if I drive her straight to the location. After a flight, everything starts going wrong.
Yeah, I had no car, and, you know, everyone else said no. So I'm like, I'm going to ask Veronica because, you know, we have to film at the same time. So it's perfect. And every time you ask somebody to pick you up, I feel like it's always the time, like, to judge the amount of time of when to leave is the most chaotic, because you can get off the plane and you can be ready to go. Mm-hmm. After 1 minute, you pass security, everything's Gucci.
No line, you're flying through.
No line. And then, you know, the one time you're like, yeah, leave now. You always want to tell your friends a little before because you don't want to be that chick waiting. Mm-hmm. We don't care if they're waiting an hour outside. I don't want to be waiting. Princess, you know?
Of course.
So I'm like, Veronica, you can leave now. Like, I think it's going to be fine. Mm-hmm. Whatever. At this point, I'm gauging off nothing. I don't know shit. And yeah, obviously that's going to be the time where I get stopped. Pull to the side. Open up that luggage.
Let me tell you, you lost your airport pickup privileges real quick. Waited 30 minutes in that parking lot. Let me tell you who's not getting a lift next time.
Oh my gosh. I feel like it's so stressful because you're like, I'm sorry. Like, I promise you, I have no control. Like,
it's also like, how do you want me to tell you off when the customs agent is saying, you're bringing in drugs, I think.
So I get to the counter and so my father is like a huge cigar lover. And I think you can't bring more than like 50 cigars. So my dad obviously is like, perfect, you're getting on a flight, you're going to take 50 cigars. And I'm like, Dad, like, I don't want this under my issue. Like, they're not going to believe me. Like, I don't smoke cigars. Like, what am I doing with this in my luggage? And I don't need any extra reason to get stopped, you know? I feel like when you travel a lot, you're already in the system like,
what's this girl up to?
What's this girl up to? You get a little more questions asked. What do you do for work? Where are you going? Who are you with? Like, who are you with? Like, all the questions are there, okay? And so now, I'm not the best with dealing with security people. Like, I'm just not. And normally I go with friends, and I think it's more believable when you're, like, coming back 3 people. When you're coming back one, I feel like they ask more questions.
Yeah.
It's, like, more like,
what are you doing?
Yeah. Let me tell you. So I get there and I'm like, you know what? I probably don't even have to say, because you're allowed to bring 50 cigars. But whatever, I'll just say it. So I get there and I already knew I was dealing with like a Pascal. Like I knew. He was like not a good guy.
Yeah.
So before you get to the security, you fill out a couple questions on the computer. And they ask you like if you've been gone for less than 7 days. And I clicked that button. But I was gone for more than 7 days. So already like, here we go. you don't remember, like, why'd you fuck up on that? Like, already it's concerning, you know? Like, I'm just basically asking to be stopped. Like, just stop me. Stop me. Hi, I'm a walking red flag. So I actually left for 8 days, and I had put, like, less than 7. So now I'm like, I don't want to lie, so I have to go up to the security now before he rails me with questions and be like, by the way, I made a mistake. He literally just totally disregarded what I said. He said, where are you coming from? I'm like, it's not going to go good. Florida. Alone? Yeah, my parents are there. He's like, do you have anything to declare? I'm like, no, I'm just bringing back 50 cigars for my dad. But your dad's, you said, in Florida. I'm like, yeah, I'm bringing 50 cigars back for him. But he's in Florida. I'm like, yeah, I know. The limit is 50, so I'm bringing back 50 for him. I couldn't just say I'm bringing back 50 cigars for my dad. He's like, not understanding. Anyways, I see him do like...
Once you start extra scribbles, you go, never mind.
Oh, scribbles. It was a period sheet. I'm like, I literally don't even pass like the next step, and I already know I'm getting stopped, and they're checking my bags, okay? And I just sent a picture to Veronica. I'll pop it up here. I'm like, Veronica, it's gonna be a while. There's no way.
You know.
I sent you the picture. What did you say?
I said 1,000,000% you're getting stopped. There's no way they are not stopping you. With whatever's written on your paper, I don't know what it means, but I know you're getting stopped. Judging by the amount of red marker is on your paper.
There was too many red markers.
There was too much.
And I saw all the people at the end giving it in right before me.
Clean sheets.
Clean sheets. When I get to me, what, you think I'm just going to walk? And I'm set to the side. I'm like, here we go. Dad, don't ever ask me to bring cigars. Like, I don't need now the fear of like, maybe I bought a designer bag in the US and now you're going to like rail me on that because Dad, you needed your 50 cigars.
Yeah.
Like,
now it's like, I don't even have a dad. Never mind. Throw the cigars out. I don't care about them.
Anyways, so I ended up going. It was my second time being checked, but first time it being under the system. I'll explain that in a second. And I get there and he's just like, so that's it? All you did was get 50 cigars? I left out the dad thing. I'm like, let me try a smarter route. And everything was Gucci. He didn't even open my bag. And I was flirting. I did what I did.
You gotta have to do what you gotta do.
He was a cute security guard. And he was like, wow, okay, so you've never got stopped before. I'm like, no. I just turned 26. And like, I guess this is the year I'm trying anything. And he's like, have a great
podcast.
Day. Like, and didn't open my luggage, and I'm like, okay, we're good.
Wow. Well, that wasn't my experience, so to be
honest.
honest.
And it wasn't my experience. Okay, so this is coming back from Miami, okay? It was not my experience coming back from Mexico, but you can start with yours.
So, guys, my sister is flagged when it comes to the airport, okay? They stop her all the time. It's under her thing. They always stop her. They search her and everything. But usually when she's traveling with other people, it's like safe. You know what I mean? Like they let her slide because it's like you said, when you're traveling alone, it's more like where are you going, how are you going, stuff like that.
Just in context though, your sister's that legally blonde girl passing through the airport. Like I would flag her. 100%. She's coming in with the cutest dog that is worth more than someone's house. Like she's getting stopped.
100%. So I was already nervous going in because I was like, I'm scared. You know what I mean? I'm scared. And she, like, obviously there's a limit about how much money you can bring. So like we kind of like split, like she made sure like, okay, you're not bringing over 10,000. I'm not bringing over 10,000. So we had like a very similar amount of money because she just told me.
What do you do for work? I want to get involved.
So she just told me what to bring. She told me what to bring. So we had very similar amounts of money. Okay. But already that's a red flag. Like why you guys have the exact same amount of money. But I'm nervous. Okay. I'm really bad when it comes to these things. So we're going and I'm stressing the whole time we're going to the airport. I'm like, I'm so scared because I'm going with her and I feel like they're going to stop us. And when they start shooting me questions, I forget what my age is, what my job, I don't know. And that's my problem is that I'm going to make myself look like a criminal, which I'm not. And they're going to arrest me.
Yeah.
So we get to first of all, I already know I'm looking at everybody and I'm like, that guy's a fucking asshole. And I know he's a fucking asshole. And who do we get? Obviously that guy.
Yeah.
So we go up to him. And the first thing he's like, he checks both of our passports and he's like, where are you going? My sister answers a question and he looks at our passports and he goes, you guys are related. How are you guys related? And at the same exact time, we both say sisters. And then we go, hee 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 hee. And I kid you not, this guy did not blink his eyes. He was staring at us with such a straight face, and I went, "Oh, we're in trouble, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're in trouble."
Two blonde girls trying to get through the airport.
Sisters. He didn't even peep a smirk. I was like, "Just send me home. Give me back my passport. I'll leave right now."
If you need the money, take it on.
Just do what you need to do. So then he starts asking us all these extra questions. What do you do for work? Da da da. And I'm sweating, and I'm not good at these airport things. Like,
honestly, you have like 6 jobs. You shouldn't be sweating.
Exactly. But when they start, punching these questions out, you don't know what to say. Like, what are you going to be doing with this money you took out? I don't know, shopping? Well, that's the wrong answer. Yeah. Straight to the back.
Yeah.
Guys, all you need to know is he closed our passports, and I saw him click on the computer, secondary search, and I went, perfect. He said, ladies, just over to the left over there. I went, great. So now this is my first time getting searched, and I have severe anxiety, as we've spoken about before. So this is not where I need to be, okay? And then I start seeing our luggages coming out, and I'm like, no. When you start seeing your luggages coming off the plane, that shit gets scary.
Wow.
So it's my 2 luggages that they bring out first, and they're interrogating us, like, what do you do for work? Da, da, da. And I'm trying to, like, bitch, I have 3 jobs.
But like in those situations, it's like you don't want to always say too much, but then you feel like if you don't say enough, like you're also like answer the question.
Yeah.
Like the guy was like to me today, why'd you go to Florida? You know what I answered? Just like that. Oh, okay. Are you good? Just like that.
Just like that.
Give me that red marker.
It's 100%. And the worst part is when you're in a situation like that, you start thinking, okay, what's the best answer? And that's the problem, is you start thinking what's the best answer,
Instead of just being honest.
And then you start saying shit that's making you look guilty. It makes you look like you're trying to find the best answer. Yeah. And then they go, bring all the bags up, actually. So guys, they start ripping us with questions, and it's multiple choice here. There's multiple ways you can answer these questions, and I'm sweating, okay? And then they start going, what's your job? And then obviously I say, I have 3 jobs. What do you mean? I could make money. What do you think? I could afford my trip. And then they start going, okay, what's the first one? And then I'm like, this is when you start bringing out the full title on your contract.
I have a job. I have 3 jobs.
Well, they were ready.
The question.
They were ready to go. So I said, yeah, I have 6 jobs, actually. I make money, bitch. So then they go, okay.
You think 'cause I'm a girl coming?
It's absolutely what they think. So they go, what's your first job? And I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm giving my downgraded version of this. I'm giving what's on my contract here. Yeah. I'm giving my official job. So
Porn
I'm like,
editor, third search.
Yeah. Porn editor, get out of the airport. I said, director of video marketing. Bitch, don't fuck with me. And then they go, okay, what's the next one? I'm like, I didn't know there was gonna be a next question. And then I'm like, well, I actually have 6 jobs. Which one do I say? Podcast. They're gonna go send her to the back. All of my jobs really are getting me kicked out of this airport.
Wait, Veronica, honestly, that's marketing. Keep doing that.
I didn't say podcast. Don't worry, babe. This one wasn't on my list.
We can use an extra
I said graphic designer.
We can use an extra view. Don't be shy next time to use podcast. It might get us somewhere.
You never know. They say which one, and then they go Chemical X. Yeah, never mind.
Never heard of it.
Never. Sounds fake. Chemical what? X? Is that a drug? Are you bringing drugs? So anyways, guys, so clearly I didn't answer the right way because they started searching my bags. And they didn't search my sister's, though. She was all good. Miss Ma'am, who got me flagged in the first place, she was all good in the back with her dog. Oh, babe, you getting searched? I said, you shouldn't be searching me.
Your sister's so decked out, and then you go get stopped. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm there like, I hope they don't ask me for the bill for my vintage Louis Vuitton I bought on Poshmark. Got news for that.
Your sister's 35 fucking Chanels are all good to go.
But it's when they start.
Could you imagine you got like, you would have to pay taxes on that one fucking bag you brought, meanwhile your sister flies away.
LA, I would leave with her dog too. I'd take this, my souvenir.
I think like since you were going to help your sister in LA, you had no, like she would have to pay that.
100%. So then they start opening my luggages. Now you start stressing though, like, what did I throw in here? You know what I mean? Like, did I accidentally just throw a vibrator in here? And they're opening up and they're going, well, you really start rethinking, you know, Absolutely. How you packed everything.
And I pack like a mess. Sometimes I'm like, am I even throwing in like clean underwear?
Yeah, I'm like, don't look at my underwear. Like, get out of there. Don't touch. And then the best though is when you start navigating them. I'm going, yeah, that luggage is closed. This one actually has the shoes and the bags and the cosmetics. So if you want to see for drugs, it would probably be that one. If you want to just look. He's like, there's no money in here. I'm like, no. He's like, okay. I'm like, wow, what a great search.
Wow, we love a girl who navigates.
Navigates.
You know?
I let them know how it's done, baby.
I
Anyway.
feel like that's why you get searched.
100%. Anyways, we end up, they let us go. They let us get on our flights. And on the way back, guess what happened, guys? My sister, without a scratch, she walked through. Me, they started going, where you bring that dog from? Do you have any food in your bag? I got the red marks on my paper, just like her. They said, this bitch, no way, Jose. What did you do while you were there? I'm going, sightsee, shop. Not the right answer. What do you say?
Wait,
what's the right answer?
I
I went to restaurants. I went sightseeing. Guys, what do you say though?
Sightseeing.
And the worst part is, like I said, guys, I have really bad anxiety. So, and they're like, they know when somebody is nervous. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like customs agents are like, I feel like they're trained to register when somebody has like nervous habits, right? They probably, everything, they're going nervous, ticking off every box.
Did you know when you're passing through security, there's like a bunch of people watching at the top?
Probably, yeah.
No, not public. It's a
No, I'm saying like,
I had no idea.
oh yeah, you're watched everywhere you go, by the way.
I had no idea that there was like people watching to see like if you had like nervous habits, like if there was anything that was like sketch, they're watching.
The whole airport, you are very well watched. Anyways, so I'm nervous habit 100. Already I'm nervous because I feel like I'm gonna get stopped. So as soon as I get there, they say, where'd you go? United States? They're like, where specifically? Los Angeles?
Yeah.
They're like, get in the back, bitch.
Literally.
Anyways, I'm trying to answer questions, guys. And when I'm really nervous, I can't speak. Like, I can't get the words out that I'm trying to say. So he's going, so what'd you do? And I'm going, sightseeing. I went to restaurants. He's like, what? I'm like, sightseeing. I went to restaurants. He's like, how much did you spend? 200. Sorry? 200. He's going, no. Guys, I'm trembling. They're going, give me the paper. I'm giving him the COVID paper. They're going, this whole girl's a mess.
The funniest thing ever was when I traveled with Midko once, and he's like, with the mask and everything, he didn't hear him. So he's like, hi, how are you? He's like, New York.
Straight to the back.
I'm like, oh, you're rushing him? You want to get on your flight? He was lucky to say, how are you?
New York, wrong answer.
Oh my God, thank God for masks because I was laughing so much.
No,
Holy shit.
it wasn't.
Hi, how are you, New York? Like, you're
Yeah.
speeding up the process.
Oh, you're good? Well, it's when you say, I asked him at a point because I wasn't ready. You know when you don't know the right answer to a question yet, so you have to say what? But they know what you're doing, baby. You're buying time. And that's what I did. I bought time. I pretended I didn't hear him. And I said, what? He said, how much did you spend? And I was like, okay, I heard it this time. Thank you. Thank you. And then I started saying, he's like, what did you buy? I'm like, t-shirts and stuff? No. Well, what's and stuff? Just send me back. Open the luggage. I don't care. I opt out. Send me back to LA.
You know what kills me though is like when you buy things, you're like, I'm gonna remove all the tickets so they don't know. Like, shut up. And when I was getting checked, I was like, I started a YouTube video. I bought like a bunch of Ala Yoga stuff. I'm gonna do like a haul. So I need to know what each model is of what I purchased. And I got like maybe 20 things from Ala Yoga.
Wow, that's a lot. What are you, rich? Podcast doesn't pay well.
So I'm like, let me keep all the tags so that when I do my haul, I have the SKUs. I can't get rid of them. And when I'm getting, pulled over to the side, I'm realizing when they go through my bag, all the tickets are just there. Like,
you're like, no, I got those on sale. 90% off.
So guys, coming back from Mexico, these are like 2 trips because they happen in the span of like us not filming. So you're getting 2 trips from me, 1 from Veronica. And
I don't know how we didn't get arrested in this time. Clearly, it's all it sounds
we're
like.
Back. We're good.
We're good. We made it.
Coming back from Mexico was like so fucking sketch. So I went there for my birthday and I had my 2 friends come. Veronica couldn't come or else she was in LA or else she would have been there.
Yeah.
But
I'm joking.
Okay.
Bold assumption to assume I would be there if I wasn't in LA.
Like, I would have invited
babe,
you if you could make it, but you were in LA.
Yeah, babe, so sorry I can't make it. I'm in LA actually. Wish I could be there.
So we're going back and like my friend Mitko is one of those people who really like he'll show up with the Louis Vuitton duffel bag, you know, like he really says, pull me to the side.
100%.
You know, like when you have that, your chances of getting stopped are just like,
oh, for sure. As soon as you're wearing anything that's like shows that you have, you know, like a lot of designer stuff, and then you don't have the CEO job to back it up, they say, let's go, buddy.
Yeah.
Open up.
So I always hate going through the airport with him because I know that my chances, you know, I can dress more like, you know, like I'll wear sweats and I look like a rag. Like I don't even try at the airport. That's another thing. The hottest guys are always at the airport, and it's always when I look the worst. Like I just not in a space where I ever want to try when I go to the airport, because I just know like your skin and everything just changes in the air. And anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But there's always the hottest guys, and I always look the worst. So guys, if you want to pick up, fucking wear makeup at the airport.
And I'll tell you, you'll stand out amongst the rest of us.
Oh yeah, and you'll stand out and you'll get pulled to the side. But you know what? I realized you got pulled to the side even when you're fucking rotten.
Might as well put lashes on.
Might as well do it in style.
Yeah.
So I'm coming back from New York, and we're all three
Mexico.
now. Oh yeah. Fuck. I'm coming back from Mexico, and we're all three. He puts us on all the same booking. So, like, we're all going through together. And Mitko was the one who was randomly chosen, look at that, to get stopped. But since we're all on the same sheet, might as well pop on all of our luggage. So that's what I meant before, but, like, it was my second time being searched in, like, this month.
Yeah.
But the first one that it actually went under my record. Like,
Yeah.
the other time it was for Mitko, but since we were there, it was a bonus special.
Why not?
So I'm like, here we go. So he opens his luggage, and the first thing that pops up is his Versace robe. Okay? You're going to Mexico for 4 days. Why are you bringing your Versace robe? Like, that's like saying check me and also like charge me.
Yeah.
He opens it. It's the one thing that's like folded beautifully up. And he goes, yeah, that was a Christmas gift. So the custom agents at the airports, it's really a fake relationship, okay? Because they're stopping me and my two friends, and it's really like that girl in high school where you're like nice to, you don't trust her, but like you go to school with her and she's part of the popular kids, and you just have to like be nice, and she asks you the gossip and you're just gonna tell her, but you know she's full of shit. But she asks in a very like
we're
nice
besties.
way, like she's gonna keep your secrets, but she's not. So that's exactly what happened. She was acting like our best friends to us three. So how do you girls all know each other? You know, like as she's going through the luggage, like, bitch, I see what you're doing.
It's not sliding for me,
You
okay?
guys all went to school together? Oh, okay. What do you guys do for work? Like, you just know, like, you hate her. Like, it's a fake relationship, you know? She's acting so chill to just get shit out of you. So she opens his luggage, and there's a Versace robe. I'm like, here we fucking go. And then he goes, haha, that was for Christmas. And then he brings protein powder with him in a Ziploc. White powder.
She went perfect, Pablo Escobar.
She opens this and she goes, what is this? I'm literally looking at him like
At that point, rain cocaine on it, and you're good.
No, like straight up. He goes, haha, sorry, that's my protein powder. She's like, oh, okay, you put it in a Ziploc. She opens it. She smells it. She goes, raspberry. He goes, rockets. You know, like the rocket, like
Popsicle.
what's it like rocket popsicle? I'm like, I don't believe this right now.
I can't believe
I
that.
can't. Like,
I'm surprised she didn't go,
anyway, everything went smoothly, but
whoa, he was bringing a bag of cocaine. Everything went smoothly. Are you joking?
anyway, so it was all a fake relationship. She's smelling the cocaine. She's letting it slide. Like, it was just so weird. Puts it in a Ziploc.
No,
Anyways,
you have to. No.
It was just like, she was like, you know what? We're going to open up all three bags.
Yeah,
now.
now that we saw that, well,
Yeah.
honestly, I have to say after this trip, like I have a newfound anxiety when it comes to not crossing the border, but like going through customs, because I'm afraid. The fear that I felt, like it took me a whole day to get over like how scared I was. Whoa, what happened to my voice?
I don't know.
Like, it's fucking scary. It makes you, it's like when a cop pulls you over, like, you know you didn't do anything illegal, but you're still afraid of going to jail because they're going to put you in jail for whatever it is that you did not do.
I think even what's like super stressful is like when you do, for example, like get invited or you're going and see like a guy you're talking to or whatever, and they decide to like pay your flight. It's like that much more stressful because like ideally in the system, they see the credit card, they see everything.
Yeah.
Like, you give your passport, you know?
Yeah.
And even like in the past when I've like gotten on and they've been like, who you going and see? You know? And you literally can't lie. Oh, a guy I'm talking to, where'd you meet him?
Roses are red, violets are blue. We love shaved balls. How about you? That's my little poem for today, guys. If you don't know, which you already should know, but you need to get on Manscaped. As long as you have shaved balls for Valentine's Day, I can guarantee you that only good things are coming your way. Whether it's you buying it for your man or your man, you know, buying it for himself so that he's nice and smooth for you on Valentine's Day, or
You take his credit card and you say it's from you, but it's really from him.
whatever
Thought
your
that
situation is. The thought that counts. The perfect gift for Valentine's Day is a nice pair of shaved balls, okay? And who are you going to do that with? You're going to do that with Manscaped. They are the best in below-the-waist grooming for men. You can get everything from a ball razor, ball toner, ear and nose hair trimmer, even ball deodorant. So
if you want to show your love on Valentine's Day, this is the exact gift for you. And we have a discount code for you. So guys, use our discount code ChemicalX at checkout to receive 20% off anything on Manscaped. So like if you have 2 boyfriends, then just like pop 2 in the cart and then just check out, and you're also going to get free shipping. So ChemicalX at checkout for 20% off and free shipping.
And if you have a little more of a fashionable boyfriend, we got another perfect thing for you, and that's Izotti.
And if your man is not fashionable, then he can also still use this gift.
Absolutely. Guys, Izotti is an Italian-made bespoke suit brand, and they have everything you need if you're looking for a custom tailor-made suit for you. So if you want to be looking good, and if you want that freshly shaven sack to be hugged just right, you need to go check out Izotti.
Guys, we love a man in a suit, and we especially like a man who's not wearing a suit that everyone has, and that's custom, and that's Italian. I mean, you have 2 Italian girls here. What do you think we're gonna like? Use our discount code ChemicalX at checkout for another amazing discount, 20% off, and your man is gonna be
Dripping.
like, I've gotten questions like that.
Yeah.
Where'd you meet him? New Year's. Is he Canadian or American? I got all those questions.
Wow.
Is he Canadian or American? American. Where does he live? Yeah.
They don't get the Flyout life, these customs agents. They don't get it.
I'm just like, yo, like, I didn't even tell my parents this shit. Like,
You're like, I don't even know the answer.
crazy.
That's stressful. It's
Yeah.
something that you don't think about. People think, oh, just get flown out, but then suddenly you're marked as fucking...
Yeah.
What is she going to do there? It's because you know what the thing is? They ask you a question and then you think you're good by just answering it, but it's always the follow-up question that comes after that you start sweating for real. Like, what do you do? Yeah, I have a job. Okay, name fucking which city it's in. You're like, oh. Like,
It's the worst.
name 5 songs of that band. You're like, I don't know.
I don't know, I just like the t-shirt.
It's very one of those, like, I'm scared. I swear, it's not me. But it's also like, don't you guys have bigger people, like, to...
Yeah.
Like, is this who you're worried about? Like, me? And also, they thought I was, like, smuggling in Milo, I think. I think that's why I got stopped the second time. Because they were like, where did you get this dog? And I was like, oh, like... And then I said, we just brought him. And she's like, oh, you bought him? I was like, brought with an R. Brought him from Canada to US. She was like, brought him. Okay. I was like, what are you typing? And how much did he cost roughly? I was like, leave the dog alone. Like, Milo, I'm so sorry. And then I hope that, you know, his cuteness would give me some points here. She said, can I see the dog? I said, no problem. Look at this adorable dog. She said, perfect, you could go. I said, thank you.
He's too cute.
What are you going to do? What are you going to arrest me?
So, how's LA?
Well, I'm not famous yet, so how really was LA? You know what I mean? Like, I'm here. Was it that great? The ideal goal would be, boom, on the street, scouted. We want you on the next billboard.
I was just worried you wouldn't come back with all the robberies. I thought they would just, kidnap you.
I
I'm
mean,
happy you're back.
happy to be back. Happy to not get robbed. Really glad that went smoothly. Not that. Well, actually, my sister humbled me hard. My sister.
Expect them to rob from you?
Well, that's what I'm saying. My sister humbled me hard. Before we were going, we were talking about like, she was like, my friend said, like, be careful, especially when you're going shopping. Like, don't wear your watch, don't wear your like bag and stuff. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I want to bring my like Saint Laurent bag. I'm like, should I bring it? She's like, yeah, of course. Then I'm like, okay. And then I was like, well, I just don't want to wear it like when we're going shopping and stuff because she said it's dangerous. And like, this would be the bag that I would be wearing the most when we're walking around. She's like, Veronica, nobody's robbing you for a Saint Laurent bag. I was like, bitch, yes, the fuck they are. What? She's like, they're not going after that, sweetie. They're going after Rolexes and Chanels.
They're going after the goodies, and that's what I have.
Now I was like, low key, like, I hope somebody does rob me just so she knows it's valuable. The fuck, you. And the bill's even inside.
No, you hope that they rob her, and you go, well, maybe you should be wearing what I said.
But let me tell you how fast somebody humbles you and says, don't worry, sweetie, they're not trying to, you're not their target.
No.
They don't want to rob you.
I'm their target.
Yeah,
and
not
I'm
you.
Proud of it.
Sweetie, you're not getting robbed in those paisan clothes. Okay. Baby, they don't want Shein. They're not looking for Shein.
What was that time your sister told you? She like borrowed a bunch of your clothes.
My sister steady humbles me every day of my life. One time she borrowed clothes from me and I was like, can you please give me my clothes back? But she was like lying and saying she didn't have them. And she said, I don't wear your stupid Fashion Nova clothes anyways. I only wear designer. I was like, cool. Give me my clothes back. By the way, the best part is she had my clothes. That's the best part of that story.
Veronica, you think I wear cheap clothes? You know she borrowed everything?
Yeah. Like, okay, bitch. Gaslight, manipulate, girl boss.
Aquarius, baby. We're here for it.
Girl bosses. You know what I mean?
I'm just like not sure what we should talk about. Like, I feel like there's 2 trips. There's so much that has happened. I don't even know where to start.
So LA was... I always spoke about how I did not like LA. And I always had my reasons. But I would say that this time I had a new vision on what LA is. And I really liked it. And I hope to go back for like a longer period of time. But the things that I don't like about LA, they still stand. But I just found like better things to look upon. You know what I mean? I just found some things to outweigh the cons. But let me tell you, LA is... What's that meme that I sent you? When you're talking to somebody from LA and you say, hey, can we go out for dinner tonight? And they're like, yeah, I mean, I have a meeting with HBO in 2 weeks, so I'll see if I can make it tonight, but like, should be fine. That's LA, guys.
Like having to let you know.
For no reason.
For no reason.
Like, you're talking to people and they're like, oh, yeah, that's so cool that you're from Montreal. The other day I was in Paris with Kanye West. Yeah. I'm like, okay.
You're like, great. Like,
yeah, cool.
Never asked,
I actually don't care.
It's so crazy, but I feel like it's such a turn off. I can't look at a celebrity or anyone the same when they act that way. I was literally in Miami. I got a DM from like a really like cool person, and he wrote the most LA thing, and I was so turned off. I literally was like, I'm leaving him on scene.
Yeah.
And Veronica's like, bitch ass, answer him right now. And I'm like, I'm turned off.
It's because you know what it is? There's a lot of reasons why people do that in LA. Like, well, I have my theories. But first of all, I think that because there's so many people in LA that are like big, you almost have to prove that you're in the mix. Like, you have to prove like, I'm also big, because that's how it is. It's like everyone's just trying to one up each other and just like trying to be in the limelight. So you almost have to like prove like why you're relevant and why you're not a nobody, which is tacky and it's like ugly to do. But I just think people constantly need to do that. And also another reason is there's so many people that are important when you're in LA that I feel like this, I kind of resonate with this, where you're in LA for a reason, and it's to make whatever your dream is happen. So, you have to talk about it with everyone, because you never know who you're meeting. And I think that's the biggest thing about LA is you don't know who you're talking to. So you kind of want to be like, oh, like I have this or I have that, or like I know this person, because you just want to try and maybe you can get something from that person, and you don't want to let that moment go and then realize, oh my God, I didn't even realize that I was talking to the brother of fucking You know, it's hard, which is true. I mean, like, even for us, it's like you never know who you're gonna meet, and it's like, what if I'm talking to somebody that can actually help me get connected? So, like, I kind of get it.
So I get that, and I was actually speaking with someone, and they were like, okay, but Ale, like, you need to do that. And I'm like, it's so not in my blood.
I can never.
And I also feel like you get so much more out of somebody when you actually create, like, a friendship. This way it doesn't feel like an exchange or, like, you're using someone.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't feel comfortable, like, just
100%. And I totally agree with you on that front. I just think LA is the type of
but
city.
if everyone's doing it, then
Yeah.
I guess
That's what I'm saying. I think LA is the type of city where everyone's there for that reason, and everyone's gonna, like, just do what they can, and it's just, like, almost like a normal thing, whereas, you know, if you come and do that here, it's weird, right? So for us to go and see that, you're like, what the fuck, why is everyone acting like that? But I think it's just like a pill you gotta swallow and be like, okay. I think if I lived in LA, I probably wouldn't do that, just because it's so not my character, but I can, like, sympathize with, like, why it happens.
right.
But I don't know. It's just such, I can't explain. It's so, like, everyone you talk to has to say who they are and how they're connected, and, like, oh my God, I do this. And you're just like, okay, like, I actually don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I genuinely don't care. But I think it's also about how you perceive yourself. Like, I've always felt like I always really believe in myself. So I never consider myself a nobody. But I was afraid of going
Because
to LA.
a lot of people go there and
Yeah.
they're like, big dreams, LA, it's gonna be all these
And there's a lot
things,
of
and
big
then-
people there too. Like, all the big people are there, like, in every single, you know, in the
right.
entertainment industry, you know, like, every big person is there. So you think you're gonna go there and you're gonna be like this measly little Schmidt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think going there, I realized, yeah, there's a lot of big people, but there's also, in a way, it made me feel like I could kind of make it. Like, it made me feel like it was in reach.
Yeah.
Which I think is the problem with LA. I think that's how people go downhill, is because everything feels in reach. And I was talking to some girls, and they were speaking a lot about the scene in LA, and they were like, yeah, don't get sucked into the scene, and I was just kind of, like, listening and trying to, like, navigate what they were talking about. But basically what everybody was saying is, like, when you move to LA, when you're somebody who's not from LA, like, there's this really
I've heard
big,
the same thing.
Yeah.
You go there with such big dreams, and then you end up just becoming a girl who's just, like, ends up just, like, in the scene doing drugs.
well, that's the problem, is they were like, you know, when you come to LA, you get so sucked into the scene of partying and going out, because you always feel like you're gonna become like you're trying to meet people, right, by partying and going out, and you feel like it's so in reach to, like, meet these people and, like, they're gonna help me out. But in reality, like, you just get sucked into that scene lifestyle where you become addicted to trying to be at the hot spots, trying to be with the hot people, that you actually become no one. And a lot of them were like, yeah, like, you need to be careful and not become too sceney, where you're just going out to try and be something, but that's how you end up being nobody. Like, if you just focus so much on doing that. And I was like, wow, I could kind of see that, because even me just going out a couple of times, it felt so, like, you feel really like, oh my God, who are all these people? Like, there's so much opportunity. I've never felt a place that felt more relevant, if that's the perfect word, is everyone there feels like, who are you? Who am I? Like, everyone's kind of looking at each other, almost like a Black Mirror episode, where you're trying to, like, figure out, is this person somebody? Everyone's trying to figure that out about you. The way everyone looks at you and the way you look at them is like, who are you?
It's almost just, like, more like transactional.
I think LA is an extremely transactional city, which I think over time I've come to, like, accept, because it is what it is. Like, everyone there is with a dream, and like us, we're willing to do anything for our dream. Like, I think we would go there and have that same hungry, transactional, like, personality. I don't think people are there to make friends. I really don't. I think people are there to, like, social climb and become who they want, which I can understand, but it's really, like, it's really intense. But what I did love about LA is just, like, everything feels so tangible, and feels like I just felt like I'm finally in the right place. I felt like here my dreams feel so big and so untouchable, whereas, like, being in LA, I'm just like, this is where I need to be. Like, everything makes so much more sense for me. It's like this whole gap that I feel like makes my dreams feel so big, they feel much more achievable while I'm there.
And just, like, to add on that, with all of that, and then, like, adding on, like, our current situation here in Montreal with, like, COVID too, it makes our dreams feel that much harder.
Yeah.
To reach.
And I think Montreal used to be a city where you felt like there was, like, opportunity, but I don't feel like that anymore. I feel like there's no opportunity. I feel like everyone I meet,
that a couple months ago?
yeah, it just feels like everyone I meet is the same people all the time. And like, I don't feel like I'm learning anything, and I don't feel like I'm meeting new people because no one's traveling to Montreal. That's a big thing. Like, we used to get a lot of business people traveling to Montreal, and now no one's traveling here because there's nothing to do. So you're just seeing this. Stale. Yeah, it feels absolutely stale. There doesn't feel like any opportunity, any growth. So I was just so excited to be in that vibe. And I also was on set when I went. I spoke to you guys about how I was going to be on set, and it was the craziest thing that I've ever witnessed. I don't even, it wasn't as awkward as I thought it was going to be watching people have sex, but
I told you that you would get immune to it like really quick.
Right away.
Yeah.
It was like I said, it's like being in a bikini in a mall.
Normally for anyone who like doesn't really know, like you edit porn.
Mm-hmm.
And now this time you were going and help out on set because you happened to be in LA, so you went to like see what it was like.
Yeah, I was pretty much just there to kind of like experience what it was like, and I took some behind the scenes videos, and like I met all of like the performers that usually I would be editing them, and I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. I've literally seen what your dick looks like and I know everything about you. So like, nice to meet you for the first time.
And they're like, I also chose the parts where I thought, you were coming the best.
It's just so funny. But what I like though is, like I've spoken about in the past, the company I work for, everything is really uncut, raw. So it's not fake. It's not like scene cut, fake cum, fake squirt. It's like everything is real, which I feel like in a sense makes it a little more intimate, where you're like kind of like, oh my god, it's the type of thing, guys. I'm literally,
are you asking me to get in there too?
Like I'm sitting on the couch, and it's very like, okay, if I look, is it weird? If I look away, is it insulting? You don't know like
if
what
I look away, am I useless on set?
Yeah, I'm like, what do I need to be doing here?
Am I getting horny?
Well, it's just like, if I'm staring, I don't want to throw them off because I'm like this watching them have sex, and then what if I make eye contact? What if I fuck up the whole scene?
I have a question. Because, when you're on set and you're doing porn, I feel like as a girl, you can be like, I'm wet, like, I came, everything's good. Mm-hmm. But as a guy, like, they really need to come.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're nervous on set and that, like, blocks you from coming, that's, like, stressful as a guy.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to really be, like...
I mean, all of the guys that I watched were super experienced, and, like...
Yeah, they knew how to come.
They knew how to come on the spot. You know what I mean? But
I have to say, you sent me videos of like them fucking, and I have to say, like, it definitely looked like very classy and well done.
Oh yeah, it's
like it was like I don't know how to explain it.
It wasn't what you would expect it to be, just because of the company that I work for. It's very real. Like, it's just watching two people have sex.
Yeah.
So that was really cool, but also made it a little more like awkward. But it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was actually awkward at all. But I do know, like, in some instances, like, they'll, like, make fake cum. If, like, the guy can't come, they'll, like, fake it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do they do that with Balesa?
No. So it's all real. I've witnessed a lot of things, let me tell you. I was a virgin before I went in there, I think. I was like, what am I seeing? Like,
and also, you can't really touch anything, because it's not like the set they use for all...
Well, okay, so this was always crazy. I get to the house, and it's, like, this huge house in the hills. I'm like, fun, like, who knew this is where it was filmed? And like, it's basically a house that they rent out to do like content, so, and like all the rooms
too, and everyone, they all go to this.
I don't know what the other companies, but there's multiple companies that shoot there.
Okay.
And like, they have so many different rooms. Like, they had like a massage room, and then they had like a little like library. They had like a hot tub, a little gym area. I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm like, I feel like fantasies. Next time I'm watching porn, I'm gonna be trying to see if it's the house that it was in. Like, they had all these different rooms. It was really cool. I was like, shit, like, I for some reason, I just didn't think of it. Like,
right.
It's something you never think through, like, where is this filmed,
Yeah.
And it was just interesting talking to the people, like, talking to the director, talking to the videographer. Like, we were just, like, chatting about things. He's like, one of them was like, oh my god, like, it's 10 years I don't watch porn. Like, I can't watch porn anymore. Like, it's just... when you're behind the scenes, there's just no magic to it.
That would make sense.
Yeah, it kind of like ruins the magic. But one funny thing that did happen.
So I feel like even if I do watch porn and like a certain thing happens that doesn't feel natural, it'll throw off my whole like
100%.
experience. I'll have to watch like another video.
100%, because now you're like fake. Fucked? No, I totally agree.
If you know, like, he looked into the camera and then you're like, okay, this is not...
It breaks the fantasy.
And like, if they move a certain way where it's trying to be like on camera so that you can see, I'm like, next video.
totally agree.
Crazy.
But that's how we are, like, as people. We like, even though we know it's fake, it's like a movie. Even though you know it's fake, you need the actors to be so good that they're convincing you it's real.
Yeah.
But one funny thing that happened, I wrote it down immediately after it happened, because you know when you're you know when you're dirty talking and it's stressful, you don't want to say the wrong thing, you know what I mean? And
but there's always that one time that the wrong word
comes out. And at what point the two performers, the girl, like, it's like the end of the scene and they're talking about how good it was, and the girl goes, I'm so sorry for laughing at this, I had to say it. The girl goes, wow, like, you have a really nice cock. And he goes, thanks, you too. And he was like, no, wait, I mean you have a really nice pussy. You don't understand. I was crying, laughing. I'm like, that's something that would happen to me. No. He would say, you have a nice pussy. I would say, you too. Thank you.
That's so funny. And then, like, after, they're just like, peace. Like, thank you so much. Like,
thank you so much. Thanks. Here's my, yep, you signed it.
And did they both choose each other? Because I know you say, like, it's ethically done porn, but, like, how did it... Like, do you know, like, is it a book and you say, like, that's the guy I want to fuck on set?
Well, for us, like, people submit, like, lists of people they want to, like, they're down for, or, like, we'll send them a list of, like, hey, these are all the performers to choose from, like, choose, like, a couple, like, and then we'll narrow it down.
What if a guy chooses a girl and the girl's, like, not my type?
Then it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. Like, it needs to be both confirmed.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. It was a really cool experience. Has there ever been a
story where, like, they met on set and they were banging and then they just, like, ended up dating?
I don't know to that extent, but
I'm sure it's happened. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, there is.
The chemistry was just so hot on camera.
I mean, there actually is a lot of performers that, like, date, like, porn stars who date each other and stuff like that. But we've had, like, a wife, two wives. Each other
being in that, like, industry.
Yeah, I would feel that it's pretty hard to find somebody who understands it. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that happened. And there was another funny story, actually, just another thing that humbling experience, because I'm just out here to get humbled, you know. I'm in the Uber in LA and I'm going shopping, and the Uber driver's in the States, super fucking nice, first of all, 5 stars to all of you. But I'm in my Uber and I'm minding my business and I'm just, like, chilling, and I keep feeling the Uber, like, turn around and look at me. And I was like, hey, like, can I help you? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, is he checking me out? Like, is he turning around and checking me out? Like, and I'm on my phone.
Shit creeps me out.
Yeah, so I'm on my phone and I'm, like,
sensing
location
right now.
Location. I'm, like, sensing he's looking at me, and I'm like, okay, like, is he trying to check me out? Like, what's going on here? And then, like, I realize the car is stopped. So I'm like, and then I hear the doors unlock. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is weird. Lock. Yeah. But I didn't tell. I just heard, like, the locking thing. So I'm like, what's going on? Like, what is he looking at? And then I'm like, is he, like, locking because somebody's walking by the car? Because we're stopped right now. I'm like, hey, is he locking the car? Maybe somebody's sketch is walking by. So I finally look up and he's like, ma'am, this is your stop. Are you going to get out? And I was the whole time I'm thinking, what the fuck? He's trying to flirt with me. He's there going, get out of my car. We're here. He's unlocking the doors to let me know we're here. And I'm still there going, what the fuck?
Fucking creep.
No. Yeah, I'm going, zero star. Fucking perv. He's going, are you going to get, and he literally said, are you going to get out? Like, this is your stop. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the dirty looks I've been giving you. God, you so didn't deserve how I treated you.
Oh my God, that's so fucking funny. Speaking about, like, being in cabs and Ubers and all that stuff, when I was in Mexico, I feel like we're gonna do other episodes to talk about, like, Miami, crazy shit, but we had a lot to discuss today on airports.
Crazy.
On my birthday, all 3 of us got super fucking hammered, okay? And the way it works is, like, it was a super beautiful resort, and you can take, like, a car in the island, but to get to, like, your actual room, you need to take a golf
cart.
You need to take a golf cart, and because the roads are too small, so you can't go with a car. And sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's raining. And that night we had got super fucking drunk, okay? And my friend Celia was, like, done. Like, I don't think in her life she's ever got this wasted. And she probably says that every week, but she was gonzo, okay? And now we're on the golf cart. and we're freezing. We're just trying to get there. We're like all drunk, and she's literally sleeping, and she goes, like, she's like, close the windows. And the guy's just driving. He's like,
ma'am?
And then, like, we're laughing. I think it's one of those things you have to be there, but, like, just imagine her. She's freezing. She's wasted. And she has no idea where the fuck we are. We're in the middle of nowhere, it feels like. And she's like, close the windows. I'm freezing.
Okay, walk.
Like, there's no windows, babe.
There's no
windows. She did it,
window.
like, 3 times. I'm like,
no.
Open your eyes and see that we're on a golf court.
Court.
Well, we'll just end the episode on that. Court. And let me tell you, okay? It's very fun being on a golf cart, but it's not fun when you have jugs. Okay? It's so uncomfortable. Like, it's the worst thing in the world. You're good, you're going fast, you're doing, like, they think they're cool, you know, like, trying to get us quick to dinner. Like, I'm dying.
You're like, I'm in pain.
I'm in pain. Like, I didn't wear a bra with this outfit, or, like, I'm wearing a bra and, like, you're cutting me. Like, it's the worst thing. I literally sometimes feel like I have to just hold them. Like,
well, that's what you gotta do. Gotta be strapped in.
Also, so weird, but did you ever think about how... So, I like to sit, like, where the emergency exit doors are. For now, okay? I will gladly take first class. I'm just saying, like, if I'm, you know, in the back, I do prefer to have more leg room.
Perfect.
And I'm just, like, thinking about it. I'm like, I have to pay more for a seat that I need to save everybody if something happens. Like, I have to get the pressure and pay more for it. Like, did you ever think about that? Like,
yeah, what the fuck? I feel like that should be a discounted seat.
I feel like it should be a seat that's free.
Yeah.
It's just like a weird thing I think of. I'm like,
100%.
I have to listen to this whole thing. They come,
I have to take notes, first of all.
Notes. I have to make sure that I'm looking out for everybody on this plane and I have to pay more for it.
Crazy.
Just a weird observation.
I totally agree, actually.
Like, what?
Totally agree. But you know what? I never take those seats because I'm not gonna have the literal entire plane on my back when it comes to crashing. Well, you think I'm gonna remember how to open this door? Absolutely fucking not. Somebody else. Let's go. Round it up. Google. Let's go. It's not gonna be me. I'm not taking care of all your lives.
Listen and know what's up.
Well, it's one of those things. It's like when somebody says their name and you're like, remember their name, remember their name. You don't remember their name. It's the same thing when they say the security thing. I can't imagine. You're listening to them and you're like.
I can't imagine if you're in the air and you see a wing on fire. Like, if you're going to
immediately I'm changing seats.
35 minutes ago.
Suddenly I'm going, yeah, I'm actually in 34B. I don't know what you're talking about. That wasn't my seat. Somebody else is sitting there. I think they're at the bathroom.
Just get up, go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Are we down yet? Is the slide out yet? It's safe? Okay. You guys open the door?
Oh my god, there's so many things about airports that just like make me die.
Last thing that happened, I just thought this was a funny little thing for LA. I'm walking up the streets and I'm like, honestly, LA was because I think it's because I heard so many people saying like, oh, robberies, this, that I was like on guard. Like I was like scared.
100%.
I was very scared.
Yeah.
And the one time I went 5 minutes away in the wrong direction, I ended up in a sketch area. I was literally so sure that me and Milo were going to get Kidnapped is the word I'm looking for. Anyways.
Honestly, I would kidnap somebody for that dog.
100%. Like, I was like, this is like having a Rolex. Like, he's like a human dog form of a Rolex.
Not for you.
Oh, no.
I could see them kidnapping me.
Don't worry. My sister already humbled me. Nobody's kidnapping me. It's fine.
Nobody's stealing anything of yours either.
Nope. I'm good. I'm safe. I don't know why I was scared. So I'm walking up a hill and I see this girl come out of like the other side of the road and she's like super well dressed. She's in like a skirt and like boots and like naturally you just like kind of like look at her. You're like, oh, like she's so pretty. Like where's she going? Like I'm just kind of like watching the girl. And then I see another guy that's in like a pickup truck. And he's behind his pickup truck in his trunk. And I see he also sees the girl. So we're both like looking at this girl, just kind of like watching her. Like you're walking. I'm just looking at the girl. And then I see the guy like go.
I've been editing a lot of porn videos.
Fucking crazy.
What the fuck's happening?
Whew. So,
I thought you were on setup, Alessa, for a second. Okay, go on.
So I see the guy like, he's on my side of the road. Okay, so I'm walking basically right by him.
Category threesome. Keep going.
So he walks around our side of the road, around his car, so that the girl can't see him. And then he crouches down, and I'm confused at what he's doing right now. Now I'm like, is he about to change his tire? Like, what's going on? And she's walking up the hill on the other side of the road. He crouches down and starts peeking behind his car to watch the girl walk up the street. And now I'm like, am I actually seeing this right now? Like, is this a joke? Like, is he joking? Like, first of all, he doesn't see that I'm there. That's number one, okay? He obviously doesn't see that I'm there. Like, check me out, bitch. You have goods on your side of the road too, okay? No, I literally was in a... Anyway.
That's fine. Your sister humbled.
It's fine. Yeah, humbled. So he's crouched behind his car, literally watching this girl go up the street. And I'm like, oh my God.
Was she in a mini skirt?
She was in a mini skirt. So I'm like, he's trying to like look up her skirt or something. But from the other side of the road, like it was so weird. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm witnessing this. And I'm like, maybe like he's just joke. Like, I don't get it. Like maybe I'm trying to find the good. Okay. And I'm like, does he not know I'm here? And just in case I didn't need more confirmation that he did not know I'm there, he lets a huge fart rip. Wait. Yeah. As he's staring at this girl walking up to here. How do you guys? I was gonna turn back. I was not gonna allow the secondhand embarrassment that I had to witness this happening, because now I'm more embarrassed than you're embarrassed, because I'm embarrassed that I watched all of this happen. I know you're embarrassed, but I'm more embarrassed because I'm here that I had to witness this.
I'm like, why are you watching? Get a life.
Yeah, loser. And also, why you like? What do you do? There were so many things to digest, and I'm walking through a cloud of fart now. What the fuck? Get a life. And then I'm like. The worst part is I didn't get his reaction of when I walked by, because I can damn well tell you he probably shut up real quick when he heard me walking behind him. You're not alone, bitch. No, it's the sound of this chair that's killing me. Anyways, I could not believe my eyes. I was like, there's just no way that this happened. And that's not the first time somebody does that, eh? Another time
I'm literally so confused. Please explain to me what's happening here. He literally just wanted to check out a girl.
He wanted to check out the girl in the worst, creepiest way in your life. I've never seen somebody check out a girl like that. And then he also, I guess, had to let a fart go at the same time that he thought he was alone to do these weird behaviors. He did it all in one. Another time, when I worked at the office I used to work at, me and my friend were having lunch together.
Catching people farting?
100%. Me and my friend are at a picnic table beside the building eating lunch. But the way the building is built in front of the parking lot, you don't see the people sitting there unless you like cross the wall and like look. So he was parked right in front of the picnic table. But I guess he didn't take a second to look to the side, okay? Goes in his trunk. I actually think it was a girl. I can't remember clearly, but goes in the trunk, starts doing the things, and we're not really talking at this point, we're just eating, lets like a 3-course fart go. Like 3 courses, like a tune. You know what I mean? Like there was a chorus, there was a conclusion, like there was everything in there. And we're there like
a good old trumpet.
Like, what do we do? Like at this point, it's better we hide so that they don't have to know that we saw this happen. And then as they were like leave, because they had to leave too, and they noticed that we were there, and I think they quit that day.
Well, I think you just jump off.
I think you just drive your car to like the nearest bridge and you say thank you for this life, and you say put in drive.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you could do.
So there's one last thing I want to talk about, because I feel like, okay, when you're single, you're not just talking to one guy. Let's be honest. You're going through the roster. You have your options open.
100%.
And I feel like there's nothing more stressful than like a guy or someone sending you an Uber. But like when someone's sending you an Uber, you automatically think like it's Gucci. They don't know them. It's not their driver. But you always have to be fucking careful. So this has happened to me before, where I'm going on a date with someone and I think that it's just a random like Uber driver. Mm-hmm. And your secrets are safe with me.
Yeah.
Like, I could do 6 FaceTimes while I'm there with 6 different guys.
You shouldn't be listening. Close your ears.
I can literally be the Bachelorette in the car, mm-hmm. and I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Until your man comes to the car and says, "Hey, what's up, man?" Did you meet my driver? Okay, yeah. Do you have the nearest bridge, please? Thank you. Yeah.
That's on you.
You're never safe.
You're never safe. I'm actually, that's That would only happen to you. That's something that would only happen to you. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm ready for.
Safe to say you probably didn't see that guy. Like.
I'm ready to get
to settle down.
I'm ready to settle down.
Hopefully he doesn't have a driver.
No.
Anyways, guys.
And it's the FaceTime too, eh? It's not like that.
Oh,
hey,
he got both sides of the story.
He got the whole story. Hi, nice to meet you in the back.
No.
She's not a loyal one.
Yeah.
Get rid of
I'll
her.
drop her right back off at the airport. You're good?
Only me, honestly.
Absolutely, only you.
And it's like I wouldn't purposely try and do that, but like I'm getting a FaceTime and it's like, hey, what's up? Like I'll answer. I'm single. Like I don't owe this person I'm going on a date with anything.
Well, if you want to call the Uber driver and tell him, you could. It's not too late to apologize.
He knows.
He knows.
There's no like, hey, by the way, like what you're like, it's just nothing.
No, you just say you
just say, be cool.
Yeah.
We good.
Here's $100.
Literally, here's $100. Shut your fucking mouth.
He's like, baby, my silence is
it's
a little more
than this.
No matter
what, like if you're talking to someone, like you, like. When you're talking dating, like everyone's under the same agreement. Like, you're probably talking to other people. Like it's not,
Yeah.
But no one officially like.
You don't want the proof.
You don't want the proof. You don't need that shit. Anyway.
Absolutely not. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening.
And I hope you learn to never feel safe, whether it's in an Uber,
at the airport,
or someone's driver.
Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Let us know your similar experiences or any topics you want us to talk about. And yeah, love you.